I want you guys to hear a success story because I want you to know that it's possible for you. Ryan was sitting where you were sitting last year this time. He took me up on the first course. We had a group of very similar in size as this one. And he went out, he was killing it during class, answering questions, putting all the pieces together. He'd done some passive investing before, and he went out and took down a 50-unit deal this year being 2020. And so, Ryan, if you pop on your camera and your mic, I'll drop off and I'll let you just tell the folks who are in class this semester, and I'm gonna call it a semester. We're rocking and rolling. What's going on, man? Ryan, I really appreciate you being willing to share with the group. I'll come back after you get done, man.
That sounds great. Well, I appreciate the opportunity, Jerome. Yeah, so I've never been accused of being the hype guy, but I guess that's my role tonight. So we'll try to get it started off strong here. Yeah, so a year ago, I was doing this exact same class, and I had one single family rental under my belt and a lot of aspirations, and that was about it. And now I've got about 80 doors under management, all that happened in the last year, and all of it done using the fundamentals that Jerome is teaching here. And even before I signed up for the class, I gravitated towards Jerome, and I reached out to Jerome because he was a unique voice in this community. So, he is not afraid to speak the truth, to maybe say some things that are hard to hear, but are truth, right? This industry is full of a lot of kind of sales tactics and people puffing their chest, trying to be a lot bigger than they are. And that is not what you get with Jerome at all. And that's one of the things I love about him. He is one of the realest people I know in an industry where that's very rare. And so you guys have chosen a really good teacher and somebody that I look up to a lot. So you've made your first decision has been a good one. So congratulations, everybody, on that. So yeah, in the course of a year, I scaled up to 80 doors. I have a multifamily business now, like that I'm full time. It's not to say that I am completely living off the cash flow of the business yet, right? I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm happy with my start, and I'm kind of taking an incremental approach, and I want to continue doing that. And hopefully in 2021, I want to go from 80 to about 250 doors. That's my goal. And using the information from Myers Methods got me to 80, and I see no reason why it can't get me to 250. So I want to give you a little preview of what you will probably be experiencing here in this course. Basically, you're going to be drinking from a fire hose, right? Jerome is going to be throwing a lot of information at you. Some of it's really dense. Some of it is, you might feel like you're reading from an encyclopedia because it's just a lot of volume of information, but he's preparing you for all the facets of what you need to be a multifamily operator and go out there and execute. Don't be intimidated by it. Bathe in the information, right? Soak yourself in it, absorb it. You need to really understand, take the time to set up your environment so that you're ready to receive all this information, because it's so important when you start going out there, talking to people, brokers, investors, even if it's friends and family, that you feel confident with the information that you have. That comes across really, really easily, or very apparently. So when you're doing that, you need to have firm grasp of the information. The only way to do that is to really take it in. So make sure you take the time to do that, to take advantage of the volume of information that Jerome is going to be putting out here. The second thing I want to say is about your network, right? I am yet to see a commercial real estate deal happen that's not a partnership. Okay? I don't know anybody that's executed a deal by themselves with their own capital, finding their own deal, running it themselves. It's always a partnership, right? So your peers in this class are your potential future business partners. And, I would encourage you all to view each other in that way. Don't just think of it as that other student in your high school class who happens to be sitting next to you, right? These are your peers. And to really get the most out of a class like this, you really need to invest in each other. So take the group projects, if it's still part of the curriculum, take them very seriously and really learn about each other and look at everybody in this class as a potential partner, because that's very well what they may be. Jerome may be your mentor, but this group is your tribe. And beyond just investing in others within this course, I think it's really important that you start to change your mindset and looking around in your personal life and your professional life at all your peers there and think of them as potential future investors or partners in some way. So start talking about what you're learning, start talking about what you're doing. It takes a long time to foster those kinds of relationships that pay off eventually, right? The investors that I brought into my deals, I've spent years, if not decades, building those relationships so that when I started doing real estate and started talking about it, they didn't have to get over the hurdle of knowing me. They didn't have to get over the hurdle of trusting me. They already had those two things, and it was just an educational step that was left. So start planting the seeds very, very early of all types of relationships, people within this group and even people in your outside of your lives, in other parts of your life. And then the final thing I'll say is kind of about your path into multifamily. We all take different routes in. We all have different skills, different capabilities, different things that we have and different things that we need. I can say very confidently that your limit as far as your progress and your entry into multifamily is not going to be knowledge. Jerome is giving you, this program is giving you the knowledge that you need. He has you covered there. It's going to be about execution. It's going to be about your commitment to taking what you've learned and actually executing on it. Okay. So to help with that, how I like to think about it is that there are lots of entry points into anything. Certainly multifamily is no different, right? Some people might be great at prospecting. I know John's on the call here. He's great getting on the phone, pulling up a list of properties, calling owners. That makes me want to shoot myself if I thought, God, I have to get up and do that every day or for 2 hours a day, right? So he's great at it. That is like the skill that he brings to the table, at least by my estimation. I don't think he'd disagree too much, but you may hear otherwise. Some people are great at capital raising, talking to investors, educating. Some people are great at asset management and operationally, or rehabs or things like that. So really take time to understand where your unique skills lie in that spectrum. And then from that, really map out your path into multifamily. Don't just spray and pray, right? Just try to do everything without a clear end goal or direction. Really think about what skills you're bringing to the table. You're going to have the knowledge to execute. Now all you need to know is where to focus your efforts. So make sure that you're being strategic about that.